Which is worse? Brussels sprouts or being Mel in the middle? I would say it's gotta be Brussels sprouts.
No way, that's easy. Being Mel in the middle. For sure.
I may have to go with you, Mel.
I just don't know how people can stomach Brussels sprouts. I know they're good for you, but the taste. I think I would, well, maybe after today's show, I might think twice about being Mel in the middle. Oh, and Andy and Summer both got me to think about last week's show. Because after Andy said, God can use it, but he doesn't need it, it put me on a search regarding the topic of the show, Christian lying. And sure enough, came across an article by Bodie Hogue of Answers in Genesis. Made me do some thinking, revisiting that subject. Even though Corrie ten Boom, she basically gave not an approval to lying in behalf of those who are hiding Jews, Bodie took a different slant. And the reason I searched it out was because Andy and Summer really got me thinking. But I think we're on to a different subject today, aren't we?
It's your show, Mel.
We'll see.
You either continue on this route or you look and say, I think we have a question. But like, you are totally in control of this program, Mel.
Yeah,
It just doesn't feel like that for half of it for you.
Yeah. I think we'll proceed
Okay. Good
with
idea.
the question at hand.
Who has the question?
Summer's going to think of one someday, soon.
Mel just threw Summer under the bus. That's fantastic. I feel great. While she's waiting for that question, Mel, I'm on the same line of thinking as Christian lying, right? I think there's a lot of things that we have Christianized.
Oh, okay.
Right? When I was a kid, right, we had a shag rug in our dining room.
Oh no. Worst
Not a
idea
very
ever.
smart idea.
Was it white?
It was whitish,
Oh
brownish.
no.
It had to be 70s-ish.
Definitely 70s.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah.
my mom had a rule, Mel. In order to play football after dinner, you had to finish your plate. Now, my mom wasn't mean enough to put Brussels sprouts on my plate.
Oh my gosh.
But my mom did put my second least favorite round item of vegetable nature on my plate, which was peas.
Oh, peas? Okay, they're okay.
Really?
I can't stand the texture or
You
the
can't
taste of
fancify peas, Mel.
I just don't.
Do you ever see peas on a gourmet 5-star menu? Nope. No, you don't. No. Go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. You will not see peas as a side.
But they're at the salad bar.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah. Salad bar. Where? Come on.
And there's chickpeas.
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm going to be
chickpeas,
stuck
no.
on that.
Chickpeas are
That's totally different. That's totally different. That's a bean.
Listen, all I wanted to do was tell a story.
Yeah, okay. Back.
So anyway,
Peas and shag rugs. Got
we
it.
didn't have a dog. We didn't have a cat. I didn't have siblings that sat close enough for me to, manipulate and do anything else. So frequently, Mel,
Shag rug.
I would slip my peas off my plate and onto the floor.
Into the shag.
No!
Into the secret garden of shag.
Whereupon I may have made things worse by accidentally on purpose stepping on the peas.
Andrew!
No, my mom will swear to you that she knew the whole time because that's what moms do. They know everything, right? But we had to get to play football.
Oh my gosh, that's
And
terrible.
I couldn't stomach the peas. Right? And like we had to have peas and we had to have our vegetable and our fruit and all that stuff. So it got me to thinking now.
Oh my gosh.
Is it ever okay to be a Christian and to cheat on that which we are required or supposed to do?
Oh yeah, we did talk about this. I know where you're going.
No.
Never a time.
Give an example, Andy.
So let me give you a cute example that I just heard.
Okay.
So I have a friend who doesn't really like showers.
Okay.
So they would go in.
This is not me.
They would go into the bathroom. They'd go into the bathroom, turn on the water, and sit on the toilet for about 15 minutes reading a book.
No!
And then come out, dampen their hair, and come out with a towel on their head to make it look as if they had taken a shower to their parents.
No!
But they had not taken the shower.
Wow.
They're cheating on the shower now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The shower is a requirement. No, first of all, this happened frequently when we would be in camp. At Christian camps, you're required every day to take a shower, hygiene, all that stuff. Tons of people didn't take showers. But they would do all that, wet their hair, do all that kind of stuff. Right?
Gross.
I'm
Jump in the pond.
giving you a pee and a shower extreme because those are the last week we went with the ridiculously over here.
Yeah.
This is the ridiculous over here.
Yeah.
But the question is, Mel, are you sure that there is not a time where it's okay to cheat on that which we are required to do?
I'm drawing blanks. I am drawing blanks, and I just can't think of one.
Good. So that was the appropriate Sunday school answer, right? Now answer this question for me. How many Christians, Mel, do you think have a problem with Christian cheating?
How many Christians have a problem?
Give me a percentage. What's the percentage of Christians that you think struggle with Christian cheating?
Who would see that as wrong? I would say 99.999%.
Would see it as wrong.
Yeah.
Now, what's the percentage of people that you think, though, out of that 99.9, what's the percentage you think of people who participate in Christian cheating?
It's such an oxymoron. Cheating Christian.
So is Christian
it's a
lying.
contradiction.
No.
But with regard to the protection of life.
Oh, but you could say cheating.
No.
Okay.
Have you ever been to Walmart?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to think about it.
ever
I'm there every day.
Have you ever gone through the self-checkout?
At Walmart. No.
You've never checked yourself out?
I've done it at Tops.
Okay, Tops. Great. So you've been to Tops, you checked yourself out. Belle, are you sure that every item is scanned and you've paid for it?
I would say yes.
How would you know that?
Because I buy so little that I make sure each product goes from this side to the scanner. I hear the beep. Put your produce in the bag, or whatever they say. Do you get that line too?
Super annoying.
So you take your receipt and you check every item in your bag with the receipt to make sure that not only is it on there, but that you got charged the right amount.
I have not done that.
You have not.
I've never done that.
So Mel, do you think it's possible that you could have participated in Christian cheating?
Or you scan it and it's like a penny accidentally and you're like, woo, lucky day for me.
I just figure the scanner's correct and go with it.
Yeah.
Just figure the scanner's correct and go with it. Do you think that that's how most people think?
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
So do you think that being a Christian is about integrity?
Yes.
Is there integrity in just assuming that somebody else is right?
Right or honest?
Either or.
Because love always trusts.
Love always trusts. So you're just loving those Tops employees well, aren't you, Mel? I just trust them.
To be honest with you, I do. And now, I gotta admit, a couple of times I go through the checkout line and look at, see how much it costs. Whoa! I had no idea it was gonna be that much. I mean, I always go through my head, Let's see, how much will this come out to be? And it happens at Wegmans, where I feel like, I'm not saying that they were wrong.
It's $1 million. Always.
I pushed over $100
Oh
at
my
Wegmans.
gosh. I can't get out of there for under 3. It's Wegmans,
She
Mel.
buys Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
That's the
it.
Brussels. I knew there was something else
Why
to
you
Brussels
$100?
sprouts.
She's not.
So you're going to be a $300 shopper
Yeah.
to get Brussels
$200
sprouts.
worth of Brussels sprouts.
So, all right, so Mel, let me make this a little more practical. Right? I am really going somewhere with this. The two of you, Summer's really trying to figure out where I'm going with this. But Mel, you have Bible studies, right?
Do, yes.
Excellent. What time's your Bible study?
11 a.m. Monday morning.
11 a.m. Monday morning. Do you start your Bible study at 11
No.
a.m. sharp?
No.
You do not.
That means maybe sometimes, but I would say usually it's 2 or 3 minutes.
11-ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
Wow. Mel,
Yes, that's...
Do you think maybe ish cheats people?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
You know, I didn't really
Scratchy
think
face.
about that.
Guessing you probably haven't. Do you
I didn't think about cheating people at the Bible study because I think they like to talk. They like to socialize.
'Cause we trust-
Do I like to break up the conversation?
What about the people that want to study?
I know, that's true.
So Mel, does there exist a time where Christian cheating is okay?
Well, I mean, it depends on, which group's bigger and more annoying when you offend them. Right?
Yeah.
It's all
like-
it's all relative.
If the studiers are more annoying when you offend them, then you'll just start on time. If the socializers are more annoying when you offend them, then you'll let them chat.
It's so interesting you bring this subject up because when I lead a tea party, it's 7 o'clock. Once that clock hits 7, bam, it starts and I cut off every conversation.
Uh-oh, Mel.
But what's...
So,
I-
you're doing it for the secular, but not for
I
God.
know.
Mel, are you a Christian cheater?
I better think about this. I got even more to think about now.
I think the concept with Christian cheating, right, is again, we talk about God saying, "You're robbing me," right?
Mm-hmm.
When God says to his people, "Hey, you're robbing me. You're not bringing the tithe to the storehouse. You're not doing the things that I've required, right? You're robbing me." When we think of Christian cheating, right, aren't we ultimately robbing God, right? But I think of how broad that is. Are there times when I'm at dinner with somebody and I'm cheating them? Not because I'm not paying or any of that, because I'm not there.
Or playing on your phone.
Playing on my phone, right? I'm doing all of these kind of things, right? That are robbing people. Have I ever cheated people out of Sunday morning? I'm up there preaching, but it's not really me, right? Or God's knocking on my head door and going, "Annie, say this, say this, say this, say this, say this," and I'm like, nope. Now I'm being defiant, but am I not also cheating people out of things? Right? I'm
This is convicting.
constantly, right, looking at this concept and saying, why am I cheating God of things that I wouldn't cheat, right? Let me ask you another question. Do you think the average person tries to be late to work?
Tries to be late to work?
Yeah. Do you think they care if they're late to work?
I think if they're punching a time clock, they want to make sure they're there.
They care. They care
Yeah.
greatly. Do you think the average person cares about being on time for church?
Yes,
How would you say so?
because like where I'm at, they're there by 11. I have people that come in 20 minutes before.
See.
Then you might have.
You know why? Because your Bible study's on Monday. Your service starts at 11. Have Bible study at 10. They won't show up at 10:40 anymore. They're gonna show up at 11:05. I'm serious. Try it. You'll see. Because what do they do before that? They hang out and they talk, right?
Yeah, people at the Bible study mean?
No, I mean like before, when they show up early to your service, what do they do?
Yeah, some will sit.
Yeah.
Quiet. Others
chat.
like it to socialize.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Social hour.
I wish it was different, though.
If you this week, Palm Sunday, if you started church at 11:07, would anybody care?
Me.
You, just you.
No, there would be, I think, some others.
If your church service was 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and you started church at 11:07
Yeah.
on purpose, but you ended exactly at 12, like you normally do, right?
Yeah.
Do you think anybody would walk up to you and say, "Mel, you owe us 7 minutes"?
Some people might.
No,
Some people.
some people would say, "Oh, good, we got out before the whistle blew." Not that the whistle blows, but there'd be
happy.
There'd be some happiness.
If I ended at 11 o'clock and not 11:15, I'm pretty sure people would be like, "Yes." Right? That would be fantastic, right? Do you think that we pay any attention to how we might be cheating people?
That's
Nope.
how do we do?
No, so now let me direct this question to Summer, because she's been very quiet, right? So she needs to start talking and start, adding to this. Summer, does God care about cheating?
Yeah.
How do you know? Does he actually care if we start at 11:01 or 11:10 or?
I don't think it's about starting. I think it's about doing what you say you're going to do. Like, make your yes, your no, right? So don't listen. I am very upfront with people. Like, I have a Bible study at my house, right? And I say, here's what time it starts. And I say, there's no end time. Like, you leave when you want to leave and you want to stay, I'll talk to you all night. Some people stay till midnight. Like, it's crazy. Sometimes I'm like, you got to go at 10 because I have to get up early. Like, it doesn't, but I'm like, here's the rules. And then here's the negotiable whatever. Like, but I think, yeah, if you say you're going to do something, do it. That's what God cares about. God says,
Like,
be honorable.
Let your yes be yes and no be no.
Right, and your no be no. Like, just do what you're going to say. That's why I don't personally care about those things, like start times and end times things, as long as if it's a Holy Spirit, if it's a God thing, I don't care. Times go out the window, right? But if it's just people being selfish and rude, it's another story, right? Like, so I don't know. I mean, I leave those things open for people, and I tell them, like, hey, listen, I'm going to come to this thing, or I'm going to be at this thing, unless God tells me otherwise, unless this happens. Otherwise, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be early. I'm not going to be late.
So when we know something starts, Sunday school starts at 9 o'clock, and we show up at 9:05, it's not just rude, so now you're not loving people well, right? But it's actually also cheating, is it not?
Well, yeah, because there's so many things. Like, it's like, are you the teacher? Are you doing it because you didn't prepare and you want to have to talk less? Are you not the teacher and you just don't like the teachers, so you just don't want to hear them? Or do you want to be disruptive because you don't like something? Like, there's just, what's the reason?
But are you not?
What's the purpose?
Is not cheating such a broad thing, like you just said?
Right.
Right.
All it does is cause problems.
If I'm the teacher and I show up 5 minutes late, I'm cheating the students, right?
Yeah.
If I'm the student and I show up 5 minutes late, I'm cheating the teacher, right? If it's an interactive study, I'm cheating all the other people there, right? I'm also cheating God of an opportunity to talk to me, to guide me, direct me, and influence me, right? There's a whole bunch of cheating going on. So my question is, why like last week, why when it comes to lying and cheating and things like that the Bible is really clear on, right? The Old Testament is really clear on dishonest scales, things like that, right? There were punishments for cheating a neighbor, right? There were for cheating by charging too much interest on things or charging any interest on things. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the Old Testament about cheating. Why is it something that we just allow to happen?
Because we don't want to offend people. It's everything.
Yeah, or I'm sorry, I think it's just sloth. Because just in this conversation, all of a sudden, my day's going before me. Why is it that I show up to Thursday morning prayer a little bit late? Why is it that I show up to pastor's prayer on Tuesday a little bit late?
Oh, man.
I know. But see, here's the thing. Oh, this is just what I do. But when you put it in the context of cheating.
Christian cheating, by the way.
Christian cheating. That bothers me.
See, the Christian...
It bothers me more now. I mean, I feel like I got to work on this habit of being more timely. But when you add to it the element, are you cheating people out of? Are you cheating God out of? Well, then it becomes a deeper conviction.
See, I think sloth is one thing, sure, but like I had an ex-boyfriend that was like chronically, like really bad late. Like, I mean, it would be Thanksgiving and we're supposed to be there at 1 and it's 1:15 and he's still sitting there playing a video game and like not getting dressed and like it, and we would fight. I mean, because I am like, you be early, you give 150%, like you do not, it's so disrespectful, right? So disrespectful to someone who's like, it's a lot of work. And I mean, just anything that someone's invited you to or they're expecting you to be part of or whatever. So I would fight with him like really bad. And I was just like, it is pure selfishness. Like it was just, all you care about is you and what you're doing. In this moment, all you care about is your video game and whatever you're doing, that you can't think about anybody else. Like, because you could say, well, I forget, and like, oh, I forgot I was supposed to be. Well, yeah, but you forgot because you don't care. You forgot about them because you don't care about them. You know, and I was just like, there's sloth, there's selfishness, there's pride, there's all these things that go into it. But it's really like, I'm just like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
See, I love that because I think like there's so many ways you can take this. When you're in Tops and you're in line, not the self-checkout, but you're in line, right? And you're on your phone and you're really busy and you're not paying attention to anything, including the cashier. Are you not cheating that cashier of something?
Yeah, I feel bad about that every time I do it.
Because
and I do it.
Because we're under she's serving us. That's our whole selfishness. We're just, she's serving us. Like, it doesn't matter what I do to her. It doesn't matter how I treat her. It doesn't matter how. But if we're a Christian, does it matter how I'm treating the cashier?
Yeah.
Does it matter how I'm treating my Sunday school teacher, my pastor, the pastors who are at prayer, right? The people who are in our lives. Does it matter at the Bible study? Does it matter? Right?
Yeah.
It should matter. But we don't think that way.
Yeah. Like with the cashier, the only thing that's on my mind is be kind and help that cashier to feel good. But checking the thing, I just never think about it. No, but
like, so, okay, Andy is superior at this because, like, if he's on the phone, he's like, I'll call you back when I'm out of the store. I'm like, I'm on the phone. Hang on, I'm going to check out. Hang on. Like, and I'll say hang on to the person. Because, like, I've been the cashier. And, like, listen, as a cashier, you would far prefer someone ignoring you on the phone than being mean to you. But it's still just like, okay, yeah, I don't exist. Yep, here you go. Have a nice day. They don't even notice. You know what I mean? Like, you're still treating someone like they don't exist or they're like a robot. You know?
So we look
Try
at this,
super hard not to do that.
but all of that stuff, like, how many times do you think it is that we have been in a place where God has a work for us
And we don't know it. We miss it.
and we miss it?
Mm.
We're cheating somebody out. Now, I'm taking this to the extreme, but on purpose. I've been in stores where I've been in a moment where a smile has completely changed somebody's life, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard stories from, like, Summer where she's said, like, somebody noticed I was smiling and they're like, hey.
Yeah, people have said things to me.
Right, like, hey, like, we know, like, they notice these things, right? And so again, is it possible that we could be cheating people out of smiles that could make their day different? Like, is it possible that we're cheating somebody out of whatever it is, right?
Wow, that's good. This is really good.
And I don't think we think about it because it's Christian. And so, you know what, we think about the tax evasion. We think about all the other stuff, and like, that's cheating. We think about...
It's obvious.
But at work,
Yes, right.
at work, right, things that, like, I can remember being in management and I can remember hiring a young person, and they're like on the day one, right, at their break time, they just walked over to the Pepsi machine, took out a Pepsi and went back to the back room and never paid for it. They just assumed that they would get free food or whatever they wanted in the store was free, right? There's this concept of it's okay for me to cheat the store because it's just part of the deal. Are they
Because I work here.
Right?
Yeah.
And again, we don't think of that as cheating people, but how many times do we walk out of a place with a pen? How many times do we walk out of places and go, wait a minute, that's stealing.
Yeah.
But it's also a form of cheating, right? And I just think of how many times as Christians, Summer and I have been on this huge kick about be where you're supposed to be so you can do what you're supposed to do.
I like that. Be where you're supposed to be so you can do what you're supposed to do.
I like it too, but here's the problem.
Okay.
Frequently, I'm where I'm supposed to be, but not concerned about what I'm supposed to be doing. Or I'm not really where I'm supposed to be. I might be there physically, but I'm not there emotionally or mentally. It takes Paul's constantly encouraging us. Christianity is a whole concept from head to toe.
Yes.
And we just think sometimes it's physical in nature. How many times are we sitting at the table shoving food into our face but totally oblivious to what somebody's telling us? And how many times are we not enjoying the food but we're listening to somebody, right? But we're not putting it all together, right? It's why I asked you the question, like, listen, do you eat everything that somebody gives you? Right? Because again, if I say this is great, but I didn't eat my peas, if I push them onto the floor, right? I'm not being honest, that's for sure. But I'm also cheating on what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think frequently I'm cheating God on what I'm supposed to be doing.
We think like, well, I was obedient. I showed up where I was supposed to be.
I think sometimes people come to church, they're where they're supposed to be, but they're not there.
Right, me too now.
Yeah, be where you're supposed to be and do what you're supposed to do.
So do we cheat God on Sunday mornings? Do we cheat God on Sunday mornings when we assume that the church is going to provide me with a Bible so I don't bring mine?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the one I'm supposed to be reading through the week that I might have notes in or underline all this, but I don't need it on Sunday. Yeah, I think we have a Christian cheating problem now.
Well, Andy, I know it. It gets right down to the nitty gritty too. On showing up for choir rehearsal at 7 p.m. and not 7:05, 7:07.
What if you show up at 7 but you're not ready to go at 7?
Yeah.
You're still late.
What are you still late? So Mel, let me ask you my question. You ready? I know that you think there's not a reason for Christian lying or Christian cheating. That's great. We've established that now. But Mel, what percentage of people do you think struggle with Christian cheating?
I started out by saying 99.99%.
Would tell you that it's
It's
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong. But
And
what percentage do you think struggle with it?
wow.
Same number.
You know what? Thank you, Summer, for once again being direct and taking the words right out of my
The
mouth.
same number.
The same number.
All of us.
Yeah. Wow. Because here's the thing. I've always wanted to be like Robert E. Lee. Yes, General Lee. Because I always heard that he was prompt, always on time, punctual. I say, Lord, I want to be like that. But you know what? Something else is even far more important than that. Cheating. Meaning, am I violating what God commands me to do? That puts it on a higher plane than an individual you look up to. This is putting it in the realm of the spiritual.
So do you think that when you stand in front of God, he might have a thing or two to say about cheating? Do you think in the little book that he's going to give you, Mel, yours is going to be a decent book, mine is going to be volumes, right? Oh. Do you think that God's going to go, Andy, on page 3, you were in tops, and remember that phone call that was super important? This girl needed a second of your time and you didn't give it to her. Mm. Do you think that maybe some of this falls under sins of omission?
Oh.
See, this is where, I don't think it's about cheating. I think it's, because, you would say, okay, then I need to pray that I'm not late anymore, right? I need to pray to be punctual. And, I just think that's wrong.
Yeah. I don't need to pray about that.
No. What I would say you would need to pray about is, I would say, God, make me care so much more about the people around me that I'm thinking about being there way before I'm even preparing to go. Not about being on time. It's not about being on time. It's about the people, and it's about caring. It's about caring about the people.
Which is why God says cheating is wrong, because it hurts relationships.
Right.
What time it is.
Right. There's something, Summer, thank you, because there's something more important than merely being on time.
There's a lot of punctual people going to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be on time to hell, probably. But they're... Again, if you're just worried about being punctual, Summer's spot on. You're just wrong.
Yeah, there's more to it than that. That's a good discipline.
There's gotta be a reason. What's the reason?
Other.
Especially if it's a struggle, then it's gotta be for the right reason. You gotta pray for the right reason.
Yeah, I've been convicted so many times already just in this sitting because I got convicted on Tuesday night. I was late to Freedom Seekers, and they wanted me to pray. And the reason why I'm late. They get started late. I got there
And they were on time.
And they were, Mel, don't worry about coming through the line. Just go right there because they're getting ready to pray. Well, I just feel like to be honest with you, cheated them out of, but it's been just 3 minutes. But that was 3 minutes.
That's a long time with prayer.
What can God do with 3 minutes?
Yes. I should have been... And I wasn't thinking of them first. Meaning, I was just going on my own.
Because then it wouldn't be about what time. Then you'd want to be there early. It's just a different...
Isn't it amazing that we want God to be on time? And to do it right. But we're not.
Yeah, what if he showed up late every time?
Andy, sorry.
Sorry. Well, after you died, but no big deal. I'll just save the other half.
Busy for a little while. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, this has been so good. Mm-hmm. Because it's a workout. Meaning,
it really is.
It really makes you examine yourself
Christian
and take it to another level where it needs to be.
Yeah. Christian lying, Christian cheating. Next week, who knows? We might do Christian gossip. That would be great.
Don't get me started. I'll pray for you.
I hope there's no such thing as Christian killing.
Oh, yes, there is.
Guessing that's in the Bible too.
Are you kidding me?
I have a feeling it is too, because what happens from the heart, not so much the action, the
Jesus talked about it all.
Wow. Lots of people literally kill people.
Oh my. Because from there we could go to Christian adultery.
Christian, all kinds.
Oh, man. Conviction when you come to Mel in the Middle. See you next time.